Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Neville Goddard podcast. Today, Anita asks us how to manifest a spacious home. And we give her two ways to do that, the coffee game and I remember when. You'll notice that we don't make the common I remember when mistakes. It's not about words, it's about an experience. And you'll notice we approach this with a lot of fun and we keep it pretty simple. If you get gold today, make sure you subscribe to those free little emails and get those videos from easymanifestingmethods.com. And we talk about that too. Thanks for listening. Thanks for caring. Thanks for sharing. And have a great day. Let's dive in and manifest a spacious home. See ya. So Anita asks, it's my desire to live in a large, spacious home with an open floor plan and kitchen with island overlooking the family room with a modern bath and large bedrooms, my deck to look at a great scenic place, and wish for my kids to visit me a few times a year. I am practicing sats, but I do fall asleep or sometimes forget to think of all the details that I am writing here. I wish to think more of the above-mentioned details about my dream home more times in a day. Please advise how to proceed or what to do. Thanks in advance for your support. Anita, I'm so glad you wrote. And I'm going to invite you to do something very different. You don't want to think about your wish more times in a day. And you don't want to get hypnotized by the details. All those details don't matter. You know what they are, so God knows what they are. What you get to experience is you get to find what it's like to be home. You get to find what it's like to be home by imagining, by experiencing something that implies this wish is already fulfilled. In other words, if you lived in the home of your choice already, right now, how would you experience something like one sip of coffee? I gotta tell you, this moved me around the world. When I was stuck in the United States, I had visa problems. I'd been in Australia for a year with a woman that I love. I wanted to get married. We couldn't work things out. We couldn't work things out with the visa. We couldn't work out anything like that. It was horrible. I had to leave. I had to go back to the States. And so here I was living first in Pennsylvania, then in Florida, staying in a little back room that was a converted garage at a friend of mine's house. And I was imagining one sip of coffee with Victoria on the little stoop of the mud brick mansion. Just one sip of coffee. With her by my side, with my butt on the bricks. And that moved me around the world. It's these tiny little things that you really get to nail. So when I read your thing here, and you mentioned that you've got a deck, if you could experience one sip of coffee as if you're on that deck, feeling what you would feel if you saw that scene, that's how you nail this. And when you nail it, you don't feel any need to keep pushing it. Neville talks about the Sabbath. Make sure that you go to NevilleGoddardPodcast.com and look up the episodes on the Sabbath. Just scroll down. They're there. Because the Sabbath is really important. Because until you put the seed in the ground, you can't leave it alone. And if you don't leave it alone, it can't grow. And it doesn't mean you detach from your wish. There's another mistake a lot of people talk about. You don't detach from your wish. You detach from who you've been. Great example. So let me continue. And by the way, I want you to go to easymanifestingmethods.com and sign up there for the free little emails. You're going to get 7 videos in the daily emails. And those 7 videos are going to teach you the basics here. They're going to take what I'm showing you right now and they're going to take it a lot deeper. But just make sure once you sign up, you look for the confirmation email. It may end up in your inbox, promotions, spam. It all depends on the mood that your email provider's in. Drag it to your inbox and click the confirmation link so you can get the goodies. That's easymanifestingmethods.com. Now, ready? So imagine one sip of coffee that implies that I'm back here when I'm living in the little shitty apartment. By the way, it was a lovely apartment. My friends that let me live there, thank you. But it wasn't home. You got it? They let me into their home. I will be eternally grateful. But it's not where I wanted to be. I was in a shit storm, living in their lovely little home. So I'll be clear about that. But here's what happened, gang. I started to feel, like literally throughout my day, I would experience Florida in the past. It was like I was remembering when I lived in Florida. I remembered when I lived in Florida. It wasn't a statement. It wasn't an assertion. It was simply feeling Florida in the past. Until one day I got the visa and I could return, and we lived happily ever after. So you notice I'm talking about two little tools here. One, imagining what implies your wish is fulfilled. Normally I teach that with congratulatory conversations. And that could have been a simple one. Welcome back, 20. Yeah, nice to be here. Right? That's simple. Because I had friends here. Welcome back. Right? What would imply that I'm back in Australia? Seeing my friends. Having them say you're looking great. All right. But I imagine one sip of coffee. That implied that I'm on the stoop with Victoria. Number two, I felt as if Florida was in my past. I remembered when I lived in Florida. And I did this while living there. I detached from living there. It felt like a weird-ass visit in a weird-ass place. And finally, I went around the world. So if you wanted to learn more about those two techniques and more, easymanifestingmethods.com. Go there, sign up, make sure you click the link in the confirmation email we send you. It may end up in promotions, spam, or in your inbox. It all depends on what mood your email provider's in that day. Drag it, click that link, and enjoy the goodies because they will change your life. And if you need any help with that, let me know. Always happy to help. Have a great day. Anita, we're going to bless many with this. And remember, use those tools just like that. Listen to this a couple times. There's a lot of gold layered in here. Have a great day. See ya.